Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Retro Wrestling Revival. I am John Wangland, and we're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to be checking out some WCW Road Wild 1997. We're going to do part one of this pay-per-view. Joining me, as always, is my partner, Mr. Martin. Brother Martin, how you doing today, my brother? How are you? What's new?
I'm doing good, brother. Okay, this is what's going to happen,
Let me tell you
brother.
something, dude. Are you doing
Let me
good,
tell you
dude?
something, dude. Okay, what's going to happen is we're going to get on our Harleys. We're going to get our hogs. We're going to go grab Miss NWO. We're going to have some fun before the show, and we're going to go down to Hog Wild, brother. Wait a second, Road Wild, brother. And this is what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a blast tonight. We're going to have fun, and this is Brother Martin with Mr. Johnny Podcasting. And you know what? We're continuing our Monday Night War series. We are here at Road Wild. Last Monday for the Nitro, it was a historical moment. Many people consider it one of the biggest moments in the history of the program. Mr. Lex Luger, the narcissist, Mr. Lex Express, he tortured, racked Hollywood Hogan. He took the World Heavyweight Championship from him. And with the next 2 weeks, we're going to find out, will Lex Luger be able to keep that title for World Championship Wrestling, John? Like, it's one of those questions that it's literally almost 30 years in the making. But you know what, John, man, I'm excited. Let's have some fun tonight. What do we got on the dock tonight? By the way, really quick, guys, before we start, yours truly, starting on Friday, we're going to have a post-SmackDown show. It's called the Passion for Pro Wrestling Podcast with Brother Martin here. We're going to have post-draft analysis from Friday Night SmackDown. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about top stories within the world of wrestling and just have a blast. So, guys, join me Friday night at 10 p.m. Yep, Friday night.
All right, fair enough.
Friday at 10 p.m. guys, we're debuting a new show, the Passion for Pro Wrestling Podcast. So let's have some fun, let's hang out, but let's focus on the here and now. John, what do we got on the docket tonight for Road Wild?
What's going on, Jeremy? Jeremy says, good evening from the doghouse. Good evening, Mr. Jeremy. Tonight, so we're doing Road Wild 97 part 1. So we're going to cover tonight. We're going to cover a few of the matches. I think 4 or 5 of them tonight. So it's an interesting card. It could be a very good one. I don't know yet. We'll have to see.
On it.
We'll see who's on this. I don't even know who's on this one yet too much. Oh, well, we got it. Yeah, it'll be all right. Who are you looking for to see if they're on?
Mr. Prince Iakea?
No Prince Iakea. Daniel will be very happy about no Prince Iakea, because by God, we definitely do not want Prince Iakea on.
What about a racist biker screaming at the Harlem Heat?
That is very, very much going to probably be the opening contest tonight because
This is the year that happened?
Yeah, this is the year it happened, I believe, unfortunately.
Ooh.
So this is I'm sure they bleeped it out. But for anybody that doesn't remember, NFL drafts this week too, and WWE drafts. Christmas came early, boys. I can't wait for the NFL draft tomorrow, by the way. Just going to throw that out there. So
my Ravens, baby, I can't wait to see who they
we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of quarterbacks go in the first round, that's for sure.
Mhm.
But the anybody doesn't remember Road Wild, the Hog Wild was the original name of it. It was they would come from the Sturgis bike rally that happens every year. It's like a week-long event, Sturgis, South Dakota. Literally, it's like the whole Eric Bischoff loved it. He would go because he was a biker and all that stuff. And they decided that they would bring a free card out to those bunch of interesting folks out in Sturgis. And it started off as Hog Wild, then it went and they changed the name to Road Wild. And usually the highlight of it is the awful get-ups that the announcers wear when they come out.
Dusty Rhodes.
They look like
chap.
We'll wait to see what they look like tonight. So I'll save my comments for that because it's usually interesting. But Road Wild 97 took place on August 10th, 1997. Once again, it's from Sturgis, South Dakota, the town that literally just basically exists for this 1 week a year because everything else is pretty much shut down after that. So that's the interesting part about Sturgis, South Dakota. And the matches we're going to do tonight, Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray are taking on Vicious and Delicious, Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton, and they have Vincent with them.
That sounds really good, actually. That sounds like a good match.
Could be a good one. Could be a good one. The next match, I think, could be a good one as well. It's going to be Konnan versus Rey Mysterio in a Mexican death match.
Okay, so which one's dying?
I don't know. Well, they're both alive, so obviously it didn't work too well. So it didn't work too well. We'll see what the rules of a Mexican death match are.
Oh, did the person that planned the death match, did they also plan the barbed wire bomb match with John Moxley and
maybe. It very well might have happened. So it very well might have happened. But we'll see how the Mexican death match goes. Then we have a tag team match. It's an elimination tag match. I don't understand this because there's only 2 teams in. It's Chris Benoit and McMichael, Steve McMichael versus Steve Malenko and Jeff Jarrett in an elimination tag match. Maybe it's like every partner can get eliminated if they get pinned of some sorts. So,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, I guess that's the stipulation of it. It sounds pretty cheesy to me, but that's just my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. And then for the last match of tonight will be Alex Wright, the Cruiserweight champion, taking on Chris Jericho. Yeah, baby. The Lion.
Yeah, baby. Oh, man. Baby. This is actually going to be like the card sounds really good so far. So like, I'm excited to see it.
So far, I think it'll be pretty good. I think it'll do okay.
I think it'll shine like the diamond or shine like a sapphire because
shine bright like a diamond.
Because darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, according to the American dream.
And with sweet sapphire, she loves when people do that for that sweet and vivacious sapphire.
That son of a bitch, $1 million Ted DiBiase, I think
he's so beautiful sapphire. Well, if you guys want to watch
the same after that, I'm sorry.
Sapphire was never the same either. The poor woman. She got cursed by that $1 million man. So
she did. All right.
We can't blame her for any welfare fraud because she wasn't around when Ted and his boys started doing that stuff. Looks like Jack Perry just joined the Elite. Man, Jeremy, color me as I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a subscription to cable just to watch that shit with that little clown. Oh,
well, of course. According to some people, he's the hottest heel in the business.
He's making big strides in his career right now.
Wow!
Jack Perry's in the Elite with the Young Bucks. Wow, that's a turn off faction for me.
Now put asses in seats. Oh wait a second. Hey, I mean, smaller arenas perhaps that might make the crowds look bigger.
You never know. You never know. All right, everybody, if you want to watch along with us, head on over to the Peacock Network or whatever you watch on, and we're going to be checking out Road Wild 1997. You just got to look it up. It's season 1, episode 1 of Road Wild, and that's where we're going to start at tonight. Chris, you got it loaded up? You ready to roll, my friend?
I'm ready to rock and roll, brother. Let's go.
All right. So if you guys want to watch along with us, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit that play button now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the old WCW intros that they would do for the pay-per-views, Chris.
I agree, brother. Like, these are absolutely just so nostalgic and just so fun to watch.
They sure are. So they got Okada, Perry, and the Bucks. All right, interesting. Okada had a hell of a match on the last show. I just got to say that him and Pac had a hell of a match on Dynasty.
Yeah, Pac is so unbelievably talented. The WWE, like, I think they missed the boat with him.
I think AEW misses the boat by not doing more with him too. That guy is phenomenal.
Well,
Okada's great too, though, man. He's damn good in the ring.
He is.
Look at the helicopter view here of that little town of Sturgis in the foothills of South Dakota.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
It's one of the only states I've never been to is South Dakota.
With all due respect, besides the biker rally, what
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, you're right. That is in Mount Rushmore, isn't
My daughter and I were actually talking about that because we're thinking about what we want to do for our vacation this summer. So
Yeah.
I want to go back overseas for a couple weeks, but it's so expensive. So I don't know if I can swing it again after just spending a month overseas. So we were talking about things, and we were looking at going to if I can swing it financially. We were looking at going to Japan and the Philippines again. But if I can't, we were looking at taking a road trip. And I said, we go to the beach all the time. So I said, let's do something new. Maybe we do a road trip. I said, it might be cool to go out like towards South Dakota and go see Mount Rushmore and a couple of the sites along the way.
What about the Grand Canyon?
Look at these fucking guys, man, in these outfits.
Look at Dusty.
Jeez. Tony looks like he's part of the village people here.
Dude, and Dusty's just let it all hang out.
Bobby is just miserable right now with this outfit. Arizona's too far. Like, if I'm going to do a drive, Arizona's too far of a drive.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it's too far of a drive. I've been to Arizona, never been to Grand Canyon, though.
Maybe perhaps you could maybe swing by South Carolina and say hello.
If I got down that way, I definitely will. Will. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. We'll have to see where it's going to be this year. Jeremy says, I'm still trying to solve the riddle on why AEW can do amazing pay-per-view shows, but horrible cable TV. Yeah, I think that's one of the mysteries for them. Listen to Dusty. God, I miss his commentary.
God, I love Dusty, yes. And for the fans that watch this show, you know the love and the love and respect we have for Dusty here.
Dusty's one of the all-time greats. I think... Is this the one where Bobby the Brain Heenan was just shit-faced on commentary?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think this was potentially that. All right, so we're kicking off with Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton taking on the Harlem Heat.
Oh, speaking of Buff Bagwell, I just want to say thank you to all of the fans that are watching our Memory Lane matches that we post on Facebook. The match that we recently posted between Buff Bagwell and Rick Rude.
Yeah, it's
unbelievable how many people love to watch those classic matches.
Yeah, no, they're great. Woo! Look at some of these biker chicks. Woo!
So yeah, you know what? Which I'm gonna throw this out there for the viewers out there that if you can find me and John matches that are less than 15 minutes long, we will gladly post them on our page.
Absolutely, 100%. People love the nostalgia to go back and check out those old matches from Saturday night. People love the Brad Armstrong stuff you've been putting up too.
Oh God, yes. Oh yeah, it's fantastic. But just to let you guys know, we post only one match per day. So I'm just letting you know, it's not going to be holy crap, we're going to post them all day. No. But
here comes the heat, Chris.
Sucker's got to know.
Sucker's got to know your fruit booty.
The fruity booties.
I love the Harlem Heat. Oh, Stevie just tripped on that dirt mound coming out. That is
Stevie.
A rough setup out there, huh?
That is. I wonder if they had to use a porta potty to go to the bathroom.
They might have. I don't think there was many good spots for them to use the facilities out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, Booker is getting some great heat here. He's got the Yankee cap coming on for these bunch of redneck bikers.
Oh yeah, I agree. That's smart. Like, hey,
It's funny that they would say they're from Harlem and then they're from Houston, Texas.
I know that. Where did they get that from?
I don't know. It was a great idea. Look at this biker dancing on his bike, man.
He's drunk.
What a bunch of drunks.
He
This
is drunk
great.
off his ass right now. Oh god, yeah.
Jeremy says WCW Saturday Night has a lot of hidden gems.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
they sure do, man.
YouTube is a gold mine for those classic matches. So like, needless to say, we will have matches for years to come, many years, because of YouTube.
We could go on for a lifetime with the things that you can find on YouTube.
I mean, okay, so would like the tag team of Houston Heat be bad? I mean, I'm just saying.
I like Harlem Heat better. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I got you.
Houston Heat, though, I mean, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay. What about the Learning Tree? What do you think about that nickname?
Oh boy, we'll save our comments for Mr. Jericho when he comes up later on. I'm sure we're going to have a discussion on him because boy, he is just floundering right now.
Yes,
that motherfucker is sinking fast.
Oh yeah. But the opposite of floundering, brother, like the brand here, like we are kicking ass. We are taking names. We are doing extremely well here on the Facebook. Like we are kicking ass on the radio shows.
I think we'll be at 18,000 followers by tomorrow.
18,000 guys, and that's all thanks to you, the
Suckers got to know.
Thank you so much. And like I said, me and John's initial goal was 10,000 for the year. You guys blew that away. So our goal now is 25,000, and I think that you guys can get us there. Definitely.
I think it can be done.
It'll be done, my friend.
Well, Bagwell was a really good worker when he wanted to be.
He was very underrated. So back in the day, because of his attitude, which I couldn't stand watching him, but similar to like Jeff Jarrett, the older I get, the more I value what he does. And I think Buff, he could have been a believable world champion, at least a transitional champion.
No, I agree with that. I would agree 110%.
I got you. Suckers got to know. All right, here we go.
Oh, Jeremy, I'm looking at what you just sent over to me in the private message, and man, that looks tasty.
What's that?
Jeremy always sends me these awesome like cooking recipes and stuff because we both like to cook and eat. Yeah. You know, I'm a big foodie, as you know. I love to eat just various types of things. So Jeremy always sends me like these banging recipes all the time and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a shame because I wish I could just cook it all the time.
Oh yeah, man. Food's expensive though. Like I'm just saying, like normally for us here, whenever like we cook, like my wife, she normally makes something that could stretch out for like a few days. Because
that's the beauty of it.
Oh yeah, man. But it's which I don't know when it comes to where you live at, but here it's damn near cheaper to go out to eat.
It is cheaper to go out to eat here
than to buy a full thing of groceries.
I don't know, man. I would disagree with that. I went out last night with my daughter. I took her out to Five Guys last night. And for 2 burgers, a small order of fries, and 2 Cokes, it cost $34.
What?
Yeah. Go to Five Guys is expensive, man. It is. It's pricey. Do you remember the real hate Arn Anderson had for Eric Watts on Saturday night? Arn defeated him with a sleeper hold. I don't remember that, actually, Jeremy. I don't remember that one. Are you vibrating over there?
I am, actually. Hold on.
You take it, buddy. We had Eric Watts on the show. I had him on the show a couple years ago, Jeremy. Super nice guy, too. That would be one I'd have to go back and go check out. I don't. Maybe they had heat because he kind of got that push when his dad was booking. That might have been it.
Well, I mean, I see where both sides are coming from, but at the same time, though, you got the booker. He knows his son's going to stay loyal to him. So I see the perspective on booking through nepotism. I see it. It's not necessarily the best choice. Best course of action.
So, dude, look at this stage here. Sorry to just
that's dangerous.
Dude, that stage that they have in that setup is freaking dangerous, man. That's got to be a good 4 or 5 foot drop off right there.
Yeah.
And then the drop off goes right down to that hard gravel.
Yeah, I'm good. That's like a broken back waiting to happen right there.
It's the first time I've seen 3 arm drop happens in a match for the sleeper hold, unless Roddy Piper was doing it, because wasn't that his finisher?
Yes, the sleeper.
Yeah, the sleeper. He was going old school.
And then
it makes for an interesting view here, Chris, when you watch this from outside. I mean, yeah, they're at the mercy of outdoors here because it doesn't look like they have a canopy over this in any way. I might be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't look like they do. The look of it was really cool though when you see the foothills of South Dakota in the background here.
Yeah.
And then all these bikers, just sitting out there. It's like, how many of them really know what's going on here, do you think?
Maybe 20%.
Yeah. I mean, they're just standing up the whole show, or they're sitting on their bikes for the entire time. It's a pretty good look. It's a pretty interesting look.
It is. You know what? Maybe Tony Khan should steal this idea. I guarantee you he could get a full crowd doing this.
I mean, it's free. It was free in Sturgis, so he's going to at least pack in a good 10,000 people there.
There you go.
Do a live Dynamite. You're giving him an idea here. Do a live Dynamite from Sturgis. Oh, I love when he would do the scissor kick there.
Oh, beautiful scissor kick.
Booker T, man, he's another one.
Who do you think has a better scissor kick, Booker or Mr. R-Truth?
What about Alicia Fox? How dare you forget Alicia Fox?
Okay.
Yeah, I got to go with Booker. As much as I love Truth, I got to go with Booker. Booker's got the best one. Jeremy said, Chris, I'll send you the video I sent John later. It's bacon chicken pizza with Alfredo sauce, and the pizza dough is cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster.
Holy shit.
That's why I said Jeremy sends this shit that's really good. Daniel says Miss NWO was the queen of Road Wild. Daniel, she was a smoking babe, wasn't she?
She was. Actually, she was riding on the back of my hog.
Or on your hog, one or the other.
Yeah. I mean... We got pulled over a couple times, but yeah, just saying.
She was trying to straddle you while you were riding around on your Harley.
She was big booty Judy. Like, I'm just saying.
Watch the Dark Side of the Ring this year with Buff Bagwell. Chris, have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
You have to see it. The Judy Bagwell stories of your babe Judy is just tremendous. Just got to throw that out there. Yep. Okay. I love the Judy Bagwell stories that they tell on there. It's a really, really interesting episode for sure.
I got you, because which I don't have the Reels channel. So for me, I'm trying to. Does anybody know like links that I could go to like to watch the episodes?
I will send you some.
Okay.
I will send you some privately because I get mine for the same way. Daniel says Hornswoggle had the best scissor kick. He never came up short.
I love
the Hog had a few breakdowns with Miss NWO riding on there.
They did.
The fact that Buff married his own Judy Bagwell. Yeah, it makes it right there that one of his wife's names was Judy Bagwell.
What?
Yeah, I think it was his second wife. Her name was Judy Bagwell.
Who do you think had more love for their mama? Buff or Mr. T?
Ooh, that's a with Buff, man. His mother, he talked about openly how his mother would shave his nutsack.
That's really over the line.
Yeah. Chris, what kind of hat? Chris wants, or Jeremy wants to know. Chris, what kind of hat is that? It's looking like a guitar player for Korn.
It's my Ravens hat.
Ah, the Ravens. All right. I wonder if she shaved his backside too. That's one of the requirements of being a Judy Bagwell. They did say on the thing that she shaved his balls, his back, all of it, everywhere. You know who the biggest mama boy of them all was, though?
Who's that?
And it's somebody that people just fail to remember. So I'm gonna just brush you up here.
Oh yes!
Look at him! It's the Gigolo.
Gigolo.
Dude, good Jimmy God. Del Rey. Look at him go.
Dude, look at that. Just
look at the Gigolo. Dude, what a guy.
You know God broke the mold.
Look at that dance from the Gigolo. Yeah, Jimmy. Dude, think about if Jimmy was in Road Wild right now.
Dude, they would have to get mop buckets.
Drink it in, folks. That's right. It's the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, and now he's off your screen forever in just a moment. Not forever, but for a short period of time. Sorry, folks. The Gigolo's got to go right now. Let's get one more Gigolo dance. Come on. Come on, Jimmy. Do it. We got to see. There it is, the Gigolo shuffle.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he's gone. Sorry, folks. The Gigolo is off your screens.
Damn it.
The Gigolo's a hell of a guy, though, Chris.
He is.
What a guy. What a guy. Daniel says the Gigolo needed 4 women at a time shaving his balls. It was too much area for one woman. You weren't allowed to ride a motorbike near Gigolo. The roads were too slick.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh, yes. Man.
That's awesome.
You can't forget Ernest Miller if he wanted everyone to call his mama.
That's true.
All
right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a match going on, by the way.
Jackie's out now. She's interfering. I guess she's going to be the new manager of the Harlem Heat here. Oh, nice kick from Booker.
Beautiful.
Oh, that side kick that he'd hit was phenomenal.
But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we got. Oh, come on.
And they pick up the victory now.
They did.
All right. Fair enough.
Miss Jackie, one of the greatest female badasses of all time. She was tough as nails with the greatest Black World Champion of all time, Booker T.
Booker T. Sucker's gots to know.
Yeah.
Good opening match though. That was fun.
Oh yeah, which I agree.
That was a fun opener. Good ending. Really quick to sum up this match.
Was that your pickup truck, John?
It was, bro. They stole it. I let them ride it around out there.
Damn, they went from New York to South Dakota?
It made it. All right. You know, I'm a master mechanic. You know what I've been spending my whole week doing this week? Any little free time that I have, if I have to spend one more minute fixing my damn tractor, that I'm going to absolutely fucking pull the last little bit of hair that I have on my head out, because I have been fucking with this thing for 3 years. I keep having to rebuild the engine on it, rebuilding the parts, God knows what. I won't get rid of it though. It was my grandfather, so I won't get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm a master mechanic. I'll just say that. That's why my pickup truck made it from New York to South Dakota there. That's the only reason.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
That's why, man. Daniel says Road Wild was a fun thought. Imagine how Booker and Stevie felt. No way was anything nice said to them by the crowd. Yeah, that was the awful thing when they tell you those stories about the mean and nasty and racist things people were saying. The greatest Black World Champion, Vince McMahon, has a case.
Come on.
The Vince McMahon stuff. What is going on here? Who is that geek with the $1 Million Man right there doing the broadcast on WCWWrestling.com?
Remember, the internet.
Dude, Rick Steiner looks like he just ate on the Sheamus diet here. Look.
Yeah.
His belly's hanging out.
Did you see the promo between Drew and Sheamus?
It was phenomenal.
That was outstanding.
Drew has been doing some of the best work of his career, if not the best work of his career right now.
Burger after
wow,
burger.
Look at that babe in the crowd. She is hot. Woo!
Yeah.
How you doing? I might changing my stance about going to Sturgis.
How you doing? All right.
How you doing?
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we might actually witness a murder.
It's a Mexican death match.
Yeah.
Oh, here's all these motherfuckers sitting there revving their engines up.
Is that what? Whenever you run to the toilet from Taco Bell, is that what you call it, John? A Mexican death match?
It's an artificial Mexican death match.
I gotcha.
There are some fucking babes in the crowd here, though. I just got to say that I am all for some of the chicks in the crowd tonight. Some of them not so much, but there's some very good-looking ladies in the crowd. This is like 90s women at their finest right here. Free beer for Sting is one of the signs.
That's awesome.
What a bunch of good guys they are. Jesus, look at Dave Penzer and his getup there for this.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, she's got her tongue pierced. How you doing?
There you go. We got two Mexican legends No, wait. Let me rephrase that. Two Latino legends.
There we
We
go.
got the Rey Mysterio because I want to be politically correct.
Yep, because Konnan is of Cuban descent, if I'm correct.
That is correct. So like two Latino legends.
I love when you say Latino and you add in you two Latino.
Two
You,
Latino
you enunciate
legends.
it. I like that.
Yes. Who made their names down in Mexico? There you go. And the thing is that freaking Konnan. I gotta say this. There, which in my opinion, when it comes to the impact of Lucha Libre, there's nobody that has that's had a greater impact on North American wrestling when it comes to Lucha Libre than Mr. Konnan.
Yeah. I was about to say I thought you were going to say Rey Mysterio, and I was about to correct you and say, as great as Rey was for the luchadors and the amazing things that he brought for exposure for them, there
Yeah.
you don't see the things you saw in WCW if it wasn't for Konnan. So
I agree.
100%. I'll give him his flowers all day long on that. 100%.
I think the fact, which like the fact that he's not within the Hall of Fame is a damn shame.
He'll be in it. He'll be in it.
I
I don't think he's a Hall. No, he is for his contributions as a wrestler. I don't think so. But Coco Beware's in the fucking Hall of Fame. If Coco Beware's in, Konnan should be the headliner. And that's
okay.
I'm not disrespecting Conan's performance. The guy's a Mexican legend down there in Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could see it and I couldn't. I mean, his North American career was never as good. His United States career was never parallel to what he did in Mexico, but that happens to a lot of people. So it doesn't diminish what he did. Hall of Famer, sure. I'll change my mind on that.
But think about it. You wouldn't have Rey Mysterio. You wouldn't have the exposure with Latino Heat, Mr. Eddie Guerrero. You wouldn't have modern wrestlers like Santos Escobar. You wouldn't have frickin' Andrade. I mean, just which I can go on and on.
Sure.
Konnan was the one that laid the foundation.
Jeremy says here WWE posted the lyrics to Broken Dreams today on Facebook with an old picture of Drew. Yeah, Jeremy sent it to me. I forgot how great of a song that was, but
they need to bring that theme back.
It's awesome, man. It's a really great theme and a really great song. Daniel says when your notifications start getting blown up that you have someone you've never heard of liking your post from a long time ago, time to hire El Dandy to take care of business. He sure as hell will. And Daniel says Konnan was quite a guy bringing luchadors in places, but as an entertainer, God, did he ever bore me. On the American soil, he always bored me as well. But when you look at his stuff that he does in Mexico and did in Mexico and does in Mexico, it's so different because he just had a much bigger star appeal to him down there. And I think he was just way more over the top, which is why it was better for him.
Oh, yeah. And which I've been attempting to listen to Keeping It 100 lately. I have, but like with all due respect, because I think Disco and I think that Mr. Konnan, they do have some good views when it comes to Tony Khan and like the modern wrestling product.
Gotcha. All right.
The one thing that's driving me nuts and the audio on Konnan's end.
I don't listen, so I couldn't comment on it.
I'll send you some clips. They have great perspectives and great views, but like his audio lately, good God, it's driving me nuts.
And I'm sure it's probably just their microphones and stuff that they use. They're probably both too cheap to get new microphones or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So
because it's definitely not for their producer. He actually knows what he's doing to make shit sound good. So that's definitely not on him, Oh, yeah. So I would imagine it's their microphones because I know their producer does a very good job on that stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. He does.
Poor guy probably having to try to work with that, man. It's got to be. I remember it used to be bad. If it's still bad, it's probably worse than it was before.
Oh, yeah. I would not be surprised. But what you call it?
Does Ray look vanilla here to you when you see him in this getup? It's just different.
He does. It's different, but I like it.
He's simple, so small compared to what he became when he bulked up and hit the roids. And then he doesn't have all the tattoos.
No. I think Ray looks awesome like the tattoos. I love like his chest tattoos with like the so it's like wings going down his chest with like the cross. That is so cool. And then he's got like the back skeleton tattoo, which is awesome.
Swerve and Kyle Fletcher just had a good match. Check it out on YouTube tomorrow. That Fletcher kid's really good, man. I've seen a couple of his matches when he did the tag stuff. He's really good. He really is. He wasn't on the juice. The cranberry juice wasn't hitting.
Oh God. Yeah. Oh yeah, because wasn't Ray busted with that investigation a few years ago?
He tested positive for steroids before when he was in WWE, I believe. I'm pretty sure he was a 1 or 2 time. He had 1 or 2 hits on him for the substance abuse policy.
Yeah, because what happened was right after Benoit died, the
Balco stuff came out, I think, with Barry Bonds or whatever.
Yes, and Rey Mysterio was on the list. It was Rey Mysterio, Edge, Benoit, and like a few other wrestlers. I cannot think of the other ones off the top of my head.
Listen, I don't care about steroids with wrestlers or athletes as long as it's under doctor's care to me. You know?
No offense.
I think it's bullshit.
I agree. And some people, they might not agree with me when I say this, but I feel like Barry Bonds should be within the Hall of Fame. I feel
agree,
like
100%.
Rafael Palmeiro, Mark Marrow,
Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire. Sorry, I got Mark Marrow on the brain. Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens. I believe they should be in the Hall of Fame because regardless of whether they could take steroids or not, you still have to have talent behind those substances.
Dude, Konnan's like spiking his head off the mat. He's trying to unmask him right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Konnan.
Daniel says the one guy in AEW backstage security looked like a small Velveteen Dream with a Hollywood Hogan stash and beard. Wrestling is fake, yet steroids matter, please. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Come on. You know? It's like that stupid shit that they were doing in Oklahoma. And I lived in Oklahoma for 7 years, and they were doing stuff with Nyla Rose. And, you know, they were saying the athletic commission was trying to ban them and was going to fine them for that. I mean, A, I just think it's ignorant anyways, but B, it's not like it's a professional competition. Now, if it was a MMA match, I'm not for that stuff with transgender people taking on somebody else. But this is professional wrestling. Get the fuck over it, you know?
Bottom line, whatever gender you were born as, I feel like if you are on a pro circuit, you should have to compete with the gender that you were born as.
100%.
Now, like with pro wrestling, it shouldn't matter.
It's pro wrestling. It's scripted. Come on. This could have been the perfect show for Guerrero and the crew to come out on the zero-turn mowers. I'm surprised that WCW didn't do that stuff like WWE did later on. MLB never gave any of that money back that they made during the Royd era. Yeah,
exactly.
That's facts. Yep.
And the funny part about it is that with like the lawnmowers, what would have happened? The reason why they didn't do that was because rocks would have been tossed everywhere. It would have hit the crowd.
There wasn't a lot of grass to mow there. Daniel says if they wanted to ban Nyla from wrestling because she sucks, I'm all for it. Me too.
Oh God, she's terrible in the ring, which has nothing to do with her life.
You know,
when it comes to that.
Though, when it came out last week, I was all supportive of people like, you know, bashing the Oklahoma Athletic Commission for it. But I saw like people putting like posts up like Nyla Rose is a hero. Why is she a fucking hero? You know, because she decided to change her gender. Like, get the fuck over it, man. Like, I hate that virtue seeking nonsense. Like,
I agree.
If you want to change your gender and do that, great. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for our friends in that community, you know, and all for them doing everything they want to do. But nobody's a hero because of that. Like, come on. Like, I saw probably like 10 posts with that. I was like, stop, please.
Hey, John. Which I do radio and I
do
podcasting with a stutter.
You're a hero. You have a disability. You did it.
Thank you.
I got a gimp in my leg, you know, and are we here? Come on. Hey, what's going on, Lawrence? Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you 2 nights in a row. It's always great to have you out here, sir.
Brother, how you doing?
Good day, mate. We're watching some Road Wild 97. We got Konnan and Rey Mysterio in a Mexican death match on right now. I'm not really into this match. I'm just saying.
No, not at all. And but you want to talk about heroes. The reason why you have your limp and you have your disabilities, John, is because you legitimately sacrificed for this nation, so we have our freedom, so we can speak whatever way we feel. That's a hero. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that, but I don't feel
Yeah.
that way at all. So
John,
we did signing up. I appreciate that though very much. You
Yeah.
know, 100%. I think heroes are people every day that get out, just do the right thing in life and do good stuff. And you know,
I agree.
they go to make the world a better place. So however that's done, Daniel says, I'll be your hero. Doing good, Lawrence. We're doing good, Lawrence. We're having a good time tonight, chatting some wrestling. I'm glad you're doing good as well, my friend.
Power. Okay, I'm sorry. Damn it. That's all.
Daniel says, not sure if I'd pick Ray and Konnan for any kind of death match. It goes back to what you were saying earlier, Daniel, where he's just kind of, you know, and I'm not saying with Ray because I love Ray, and we gave the ultimate respect to Konnan's career just a little bit ago. He was just a bore in WCW to me.
He was.
I mean, he was great in the NWO skit coming up, though. Let's be realistic about that. Playing Mongo.
Yes.
I know he didn't say anything, but he just played it perfectly.
With the football and all that, yes.
Ray's doing a great job selling this right here with this leg. This is what's missing in professional wrestling often with guys that actually sell something that's being done.
Selling and slapping the fucking legs. Good.
God,
I'm sorry.
The leg slaps. Oh, shit, man. What was that?
Good God.
Ray's head got kind of spiked on that one. That's an interesting move.
So with like the Will Ospreay match, do you think Daniel Ryan legitimately got injured, or do you think that's an angle?
Tune into the show on Sunday, and I'll give my thoughts on that on radio. We're doing Will Ospreay versus Danielson as the match for Sunday. Chris, tune in.
Okay.
We actually discussed that on there. I'll leave the thoughts for that as a little cliffhanger.
Okay, so the match is over with. How the hell was this a death match?
I have zero idea how the fuck that was a death match. It's okay. So Lorraine said in Australia, it's called Anzac Day, where we remember the lives lost in World War I. Okay. Really? Well, happy Anzac Day. I hope I said it correctly. That's one people don't remember enough is World War I. What a brutal war that was too.
I agree 1,000%.
Konnan did have good matches with Ric Flair.
He did.
Yeah, they were okay. I remember I think we watched one of them last year. I think it was at Road Wild 96, if I remember.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it was at Road Wild 96.
And
apparently a lot of my family had strong military heritage from the Johnson end. All right. Very nice.
Which I have nothing but the utmost love and respect for the men and women that serve. Regardless.
Chris, have you ever seen the Australian uniforms that for the military? You have to check them out. They are some of the most interesting fucking military uniforms ever. I was stationed with a lot of the Aussies, and let me tell you, they can drink. And woo, they were like polka dot camo uniforms that they would have.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. They have a unique sense for their fashion sense for their military. It's pretty cool. Some of the coolest dudes I met in the service from other countries were the Aussies. Those guys could party. Them and the Brits.
Aussie, hoy, hoy, hoy.
I'd have to say one of the top 5 drunkest I ever been in my life was when we were partying with the Aussies and the Brits in the United Arab Emirates when we were doing a joint base exercise over there. Those guys will drink you under the table.
That and the Germans.
Don't think you're a good drinker if you come out with them.
So I would have to say the freaking Aussies, Germans, and the Latinos, like they are the best drinkers.
Definitely the Aussies and the Brits. I know that for a fact. Daniel says, was reading the Mox book and a mention of Brad Attitude, book of the century. He mentions Brad Attitude. Wow. Daniel, you got to send me the excerpt from that if you can find it. I want to see what he says about Mr. Brad.
Because honestly, I do own the book. You
haven't read it yet?
No.
I heard it's a really good book. I heard it's really good.
Which I just got done reading the Todd Gordon book.
Todd is God.
Yeah, which was really, really good.
Interesting. Look at the aerial view of Sturgis, South Dakota, and just how all these people pack this little town. Look how the bikers just split the lanes in the middle and park right down in the middle of the street.
This reminds me of Myrtle Beach.
It looks like Ray was legit hurt there in the ring because they're still tending to him in the ring. Look at Gene.
Oh God, he's stripping.
Gene got a tattoo? Wow. He doesn't remember how it happened, but he got it, he said.
Is that a henna tattoo?
I don't know, but Gene's all right by me anyways, and this is great.
You know what? Why doesn't they should have just done like a scene like where Gene got like his ass tattooed and just like pulled down his
Gene
That was
probably
funny,
he whips down, shows everybody the full moon.
like, what the hell, Gene?
East
I don't-
Timor. Where is East Timor, Lawrence? I've never heard of East Timor. Have you?
I'm not.
God bless your cousin for his service too. I appreciate all branches of the military. The Army and the Marines have a special place in my heart for personal reasons.
Well,
Absolutely.
good. Well, bottom line, which all of the branches serve their purpose, essentially, which is like a big body, and freaking each branch has their role to play. And
they do a great job at it too.
They do.
I'm surprised WWE didn't do a Road Wild event, bring Taker back for it. Are they going to have one of their 8 million band performances? It would actually kind of be good with the band performances there, I'm sure, too, Daniel.
It would. Speaking of bringing back pay-per-views, what do you think about them bringing back King of the Ring?
I think it's cool. I always liked King of the Ring.
I'm thinking about maybe doing like a watch-along to the King of the Ring. I think that'd be fun.
Could be fun. Could be a lot of fun.
I
think if what's his name, Gunther doesn't win it, I don't know what to say.
I think it's going to be Drew or Gunther.
Is Drew even in King of the Ring?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be interesting. I think it's got to be Gunther.
Oh yeah,
that's just me. Somebody's got to cost have Punk come out. Maybe that would probably be a good main event with those two right there. But maybe have Gunther come out, or excuse me, Punk come out and cost Drew. I don't know how they would do it, but I got to go with I want Gunther to win that. I want Gunther to have a banner year and eventually win the title this year.
You know what? That would make sense, actually. You could have Punk frickin' Drew has Gunther beat, and Punk, he screws him over, and that leads to Punk and Drew at SummerSlam. And
could be interesting.
And that could add to like a another layer. And it's crazy because, John, me and you, before this recent shift within like his character, we couldn't stand Drew McIntyre. Correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about it last night actually too. It's the best work he's ever done. Drew as a heel all day long. I'm digging it.
He's doing a phenomenal job.
I'm looking it up to this country, East Timor. Jeremy said Southeast Asia. I've still never heard of it, and I've spent so much time in Asia. It looks like it's one of the islands out there.
Island. I'm an island boy.
If anything, by next year after, NXT will do its own as a TV show special. Probably, yeah. It depends upon what they do with the King of the Ring after it. Yeah, I would agree, Daniel, because it seems like they always just screw over the King of the Ring. It's like one of those traditions. You win the King of the Ring and they do absolutely nothing with it pretty much afterwards. I mean, Brett and Owen were, the two ones where they really did a lot from, but I can't really remember.
And
Steve Austin. Yeah, and Steve Austin. After that, I can't remember the King of the Rings really doing anything major. Kurt Angle won it?
Yeah, he won it in like the year 2000, and that helped him with like his becoming a main eventer.
Okay.
And Edge won it the very next year in 2001. Brock Lesnar won it in 2002, and which in 2002 the winner of it got a world title shot at SummerSlam.
Okay. So, and then didn't they have Billy Gunn win it in 2003?
He won it 99.
99, okay. Yeah, and then they had like Sheamus. They had a bunch of other people through the years that were just forgettable ones, and then it just stopped for a long time. I always dug the early days of King of the Ring.
Couldn't get air because there's money at the pump.
See, Laurent said this may be a little bit political. However, game to say I don't respect the office jocks that don't do anything in the military but stir up shit. Agree with you on that, Lawrence. I respect those who deserve it in the military that fight for their country. I couldn't agree any more with you, Lawrence. 100%.
And
sending
John,
people off.
And John, you would know better than most people because you were literally right in like the front line, man. Like you were literally in war. So I'm just saying.
1,000%. I have over 200 combat missions underneath my belt, so I'll just throw that out there. So over 200 combat missions underneath my belt. So
what do you think about Jarrett's Dick Dancer outfit tonight?
It's the same one he wears every fucking week. And he needs to get a new one. This Dick Dancer outfit's getting old with me. He should have had like an orange one that he came out with.
Yeah, I think he did in the WWF.
Okay.
His match with Ahmed Johnson, I think it was at Royal Rumble 93 or 94. That or 95. And it was a orange and purple.
Yes.
Outfit.
Yes.
Well,
God, Benoit and Malenko right here. You know it's going to be good with these two.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
These two just had the
legends
that they had. Oh man,
how
I
is
miss seeing both
Malenko
of them
not
in
in the
the ring.
Hall of Fame?
That's a good question to me. He's a guy that definitely deserves it.
I think they should put Malenko in before like his health gets a lot worse.
Yeah. I hope so that he goes. I know he works for AEW and stuff now.
Yeah, I'm shocked AEW hasn't started a Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, I think they eventually probably will. Small package there by Malenko. That's some great chain wrestling between those two right there.
Good God, this is beautiful.
Well, you don't get many performers as good in the ring. Very few as good as Malenko and Benoit.
I agree 1,000%.
Those two are just special.
And the thing is that just imagine if Benoit was still alive, with him being like a coach, what he could do to help the younger talent. Just saying, man.
He definitely would bring a lot to the table to teach people in ring stuff for sure.
He would.
He would have, no doubt about it. I mean, the guy, you could tell he just loved doing it, and he never had an off switch with him, in the ring. He always went balls to the wall, and that's why his brain became the way it did.
He had the brain of a 78-year-old man when they tested it.
Yeah, I think it was actually older, Chris. I think it was 85.
Really?
Yeah, I think they said it was 85 or something like that.
Okay.
Your shoes are tied together.
The country is in the southernmost edge of Indonesia archipelago and northwest of Australia. So I guess I would have just been out by it, Jeremy, because I was just in Indonesia a few weeks back. So I probably flew over. It was right near it then.
Yeah.
All right.
How are the ramen houses out there
in Indonesia?
Yeah,
non-existent.
Really? Wait, hold on. What's the you sent me a picture from one of the ramen houses. The Philippines. Okay.
Philippines, and then one from Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love the ramen restaurants in the Philippines. There's a great chain called Ramenagi, and I go there all the time. I get the extra spicy Red King dish that they have.
Oh God, that sounds good.
It's the best ramen I've ever had in my life. I had some really good ramen in Tokyo though too, so I'll say that. But to me, I like Nagi better. So just gonna Indonesia. It was a beautiful country, wonderful people. It's the worst food I've ever had in my life. I've been to 29 countries, and it's one of 3 countries that I've been food poisoned in, and I got food poisoned there. So
what were the other 2?
South Korea, I got food poisoned in, and then I got food poisoning in Iraq.
South Korea, that's surprising.
It was a funny story. So we would go to the market, like to get stuff, like the outside markets, and their sanitary practices are way different than our, stuff here.
Yeah.
And my wife at the time, went down to go get pork down there, and she would make these delicious pork dishes. She was making like a pork adobo or something, and she cooks it. It's delicious. It's great.
Yeah.
And within hours, it was coming out of both ends. It was awful. And I didn't put enough together to know what it was because I had eaten a variety of things that day. We had been out and about in different places. So I thought it was something we ate outside. And then the next morning when I'm feeling better and I'm just out of me after about 12 hours of having it, and I'm just feeling better that I can start eating and drinking, she says, you got to eat something. Yeah, eat something. I said, okay, sure. So she makes me another pork dish. And I didn't even, this is when I realized it was the pork. And I get violently ill again.
Oh, God.
I had food poisoning for 2 straight days. I think I lost close to 20 pounds probably in 2 days.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
Oh, well, it
was bad. Good, so there's my food poisoning stories for you.
That's not fun.
And I got food poison in Indonesia this last time. And I eat everything in the countries I go to, including street food. So Daniel says, if you get a bad match out of Malenko, you'd think they were hospitalized. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never got a bad match out of Benoit and Malenko for the most part.
No, like they gave like 1,000% each time. And like for me, which like last time I got food poisoned, I went to a Shoney's breakfast bar. And yeah, needless to say, I'm never going back.
Road Wild was a
No,
great
somewhere
theme
else
for an
we
event.
went.
Would love to see something like it
What?
come back.
Somewhere else we went.
It's definitely a fun one.
Yeah.
All Lawrence. I was in Vietnam last year. I went to Vietnam last summer. Lawrence and the Vietnamese paper rolls that you're talking about with the peanut style dip, they are delicious. It's loaded like vegetables and good stuff in there, and they don't
Oh,
deep
that sounds
fry them.
good.
Yeah, they don't deep fry them or anything like that. So,
Really?
yeah, they don't deep fry them at all. It's delicious. And then the pork rolls with chili, Vietnamese iced coffee. The Vietnamese have the best coffee that I've ever had. In fact, I brought a bunch of it home from there and gave it to my dad. He found a way to order it offline. He doesn't drink anything basically but Vietnamese coffee now because it's so good, so strong. If you're a coffee drinker, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Seafood poisoning is the worst. Me and Judson got it from shrimp from a steak. I can imagine with seafood too. Oof.
What the hell? Okay, so what? Okay.
That was a stupid ass ending right there. Is that just dumb or was that dumb?
So is this essentially just a 4-way elimination match?
I guess. He's got nothing to lose, so he walks away. This is ridiculous and stupid.
No
Man.
offense. This match just got ruined by that.
What the fuck was the point of that?
Jeff Jarrett's like, that's how you do it. I
That's how you
lost.
keep the U.S. title, baby.
Even though it wasn't on the line.
Yeah, Vietnamese food, Lawrence, just off the chain. The faux dishes that they make, and they have such a in some of the parts of Vietnam, it's very influenced by the French cuisine, Chris, and the French influence on the Vietnamese style is so good.
Yeah.
Just gonna say that.
God, you guys are making me hungry.
Yeah, Thai's great too. Man, we're talking about good food here. I want to go back to Asia. I just got back. Stop making me think about Asia right here.
Which like
I want to go right back now.
Which like my dinner tonight, like my wife, she bought it was food from the local Vietnam house here. So which I
Can
got.
I come over for dinner?
Yes, that's. Oh yeah, brother. You know we will always have a.
I'm coming over. Anytime you're eating Vietnamese food, I'm coming over. Oh, nice tombstone there by Benoit.
Which I got. Which I went simple tonight. Which I got sweet and sour chicken. So.
Good. It's a good pick.
Oh yeah.
That fucking headbutt that he does. Jesus.
No offense. How do you not break your neck doing that?
Man, I don't know. He was a tough dude. I think he did break his neck at one point in WWE, didn't he? Or he had a neck injury or something?
He broke his neck. Speaking of King of the Ring, which it was King of the Ring 2001. It was a triple threat match between him, Steve Austin, and Chris Jericho for the WWF title. Steve Austin was doing a back suplex right off the top rope to Benoit. Benoit landed right on his neck, and he broke his neck.
Man, crazy. Dude,
Mongo's
tombstone there at the end was pretty awesome. I got to say that.
It was. And like within like the past year, like we've been giving Mongo praise because he's been stepping up his game.
He's improved a ton, and we're not saying it because of his medical stuff that's going on, with the ALS. He really has improved so much.
Yes.
You go back all the way back to Road Wild 96 when we covered it about a year or so ago, because we've covered it on the show. It's back in the archives. He had an awful match, I remember, the year before, and I think it was in Road Wild 96. It was that or War Games, and he got so much better over time, and you could just see how much he improved.
Oh yeah, like without a doubt. And the thing is that Mongo, you can tell that he takes this so seriously, and he tries so hard to improve.
He really was working hard to improve. 3 cheese nachos. Now that sounds good too. All this food talk, man. It's making me hungry.
Well, I mean, like that's the opposite of Taco Bell. I mean, like 3 cheese nachos are good there.
Man,
like,
I had Taco Bell. I'm surprised I haven't run out yet here, Chris.
That's constant.
I'm really surprised I haven't run away yet.
Run away from the pain.
The pain of a Taco Bell poop afterwards. Woo! I'm telling
What's
you,
it-
some of these babes in this Sturgis stuff are
Ooh, how
hot.
you doing?
God,
Is that Scotty Riggs?
I think that's Steiner.
Steiner.
He's got no shirt on. Yeah.
Uh,
DDP knows how to ride, and Rick. I love to ride. All right. You know, I'm a motorcycle rider and I'm a motorcycle
Yeah.
enthusiast and I love to ride. But
Yeah.
I would never in a million years ride without my shirt on.
No, because because like your body would be torn all to hell if you're
Oh,
all
no
off.
way. Imagine riding out there too, you know, in the sunburn you got. I was riding the whole month I was in Indonesia, or the whole week I was in Indonesia, and
Yeah.
I rented a scooter out, a moped for the week, just because it was easier to get around, which I'm going to say they're a lot of fun. I'm actually going to buy one this summer. They
Yeah.
are a blast to ride around on. But I got one of the worst sunburns I've ever had in my life because I was just wearing a tank top, and man, I was peeling for days. It was miserable.
You were peeling like a sticker.
Oh, bro, I'm as pasty white as they come all the time, and that was bad news. So when I see him riding without his shirt on, I was like, I hope it was just for that quick visual, because man, that would be a painful ride out there. Because they used to like literally, there was a group of them. Bischoff had said that would all ride, that were enthusiasts, and they would ride out from it. I believe it was from Atlanta all the way out to Road Wild every year.
The two main people I can think of, it was Bischoff and Medusa, right?
I think there was a lot more people that would go.
Okay.
Yeah, they would make it like a big thing. I think it's some of the production people or people that were part of it that would all ride out. They would do it every year.
Yeah.
Here
Which
he
I would
comes.
love.
It's Alex Wright.
Yeah, baby.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
How do you think these bikers are going to react to him doing his dance?
I would not be surprised if they were screaming certain vulgarities.
You're very spot on, Lawrence. There's a ton of motorcycle clubs out in the Saigon area too, that like in the main cities. You'll see a lot of it overseas, actually, in different places, Chris. You'll see tons of motorcycle clubs all over Asia.
Ooh, there's you, honey, John.
What was that?
There was you a honey right there.
There was a few. She's a babe.
She's just like Tony Schiavone said, she was a banquet for the eyes.
Yeah. Think I got a shot?
Yes, I do.
If you know how I know if I can seal a deal to get her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Alex to teach me how to do his dance.
Oh man, I think Alex like that, dude. As soon as you even get halfway through the initial jig of that dance, panties dropping, boom, it's over with.
Red panty night going on out in that place, man. And as Daniel always say, man, the streets are going to be slick.
Yeah.
Dude, Alex was getting a shit ton of tail from these biker chicks when he was here. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, like without a doubt. And there's a show on YouTube. It's called Wrestle Me. And speaking of Slick, they're talking about Reverend Slick and how he was essentially a pimp.
Okay.
Which I'll send you the clip. It is absolutely hilarious.
The Doctor of Style Slick?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I like any type of food from anywhere in South America, Jeremy. So I would love El Salvador food too. Surprised the bikers didn't hire Alex Wright as in one of their clubs to work the poles. I don't think he was their type, Lawrence. I don't think he was their type.
So it's been 27 years since this show. And I gotta say, Jericho has aged like a fine drunk.
That's a very good analogy, right there. The learning tree. He got booed out of the fucking building, man. And this week in Dynasty, they want him gone.
Well, the fact is like, with all due respect, you guys know that Jericho, he's my all-time favorite. But the fact is that I think he needs to realize, all right, he needs to step away because he's taking spots away from talent.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And it's like, what more does he have to show or prove? He has nothing to prove.
The man's done it all. So
yeah.
I would definitely firmly agree with you on that.
I mean, and if you are going to wrestle, then put talent over. Don't freaking take a belt from one of your best young stars, which is Hook. And speaking of Hook, which I think the WWE, they could do a lot with him.
He
Or
definitely could benefit from NXT. I'm not sold on him yet, but for whatever reason, he resonates with the crowd. So I think he's got to get some seasoning underneath his belt and some developmental territory if he's going to do anything, and maybe put a little size on him. But we'll see.
He's not staying in AEW. I'm telling you that.
I don't think he is either. Shout out to everybody watching on all the various places we're streaming this now. We got a really nice crowd that's been coming out the last few weeks since we came back from our month-long break, and we really appreciate it. So I know it's streaming on a bunch of platforms right now. So yeah, 100%. Thanks a ton for especially the last 2 nights. A lot of people came out. We had 135 people come out last night live. So and
Hell
probably
yeah.
on all the different so we had 135 people come out live between the different things we're streaming on. So we appreciate it. And tonight it's just as equally as good, I think, by the end of it. So we appreciate that very much. And thank you.
Because, like, to let you guys know, we're gonna peel it back a little bit. Between the live shows we do through Facebook and like the videos that we post, when it comes to like the wrestling matches, the memes, that all that good stuff, you guys total over 2.5 million people
2 months straight.
month. 2 months straight.
Yeah.
Of
2 months
people
straight.
that view our page. So thank you so much. We greatly
so many
appreciate
people
it.
just come throughout the month through Facebook and all the different platforms, and we greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
You get your gay biker clubs with the chaps and the bondage looking gear, so they might hire Alex to work the poles. They did, maybe. Maybe. The problem I have with Jericho these days is he's become too Terry Funk, where he just can't work anymore and is past it. At least Funk would bleed to make up for it. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to see now a little bit for him, but hey, he is Chris Jericho, so I don't think Tony Khan's going to be saying no to him if he wants to get in there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think Tony says no to anybody.
You think he's got creative control, Jericho himself over there? Yeah, I think so too. I think that was probably one of the things that he might have negotiated into his contract of some sorts.
I mean, because let's be honest here, Jericho was the first major star within that company.
Period. Yeah, he was the first guy to really put him on the map as a big star. No disrespecting any other people in the beginning, but he was their big catch right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then of course Moxley came and it went from there.
Oh yeah. And which I can't speak for modern AEW, but like the first 3 years, I would have to say they were on fire. And
yeah, first 2 or 3, they were doing very well. And, they're putting on some great cards. It's just they gotta tweak it a little bit, but we'll see how it goes for them. I'm sure it'll go good.
Is that, guys, we do shit on AEW, but we do shit on the WWE. The fact is that we want the company to succeed, because that means not only do we get spoiled with great matches and great stories, but there's more places for these men and women to work. So like we're pulling for AEW. Okay, guys, because
I want great content, because the great content that they produce is great conversations for us to talk about here.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I don't want to bag on a product. I want to sit over there and be able to put it over on the great things that they're doing. So
exactly, because like flat out, we don't want AEW to go out of business just so we can watch Jinder Mahal be world champion in Vince McMahon's new company.
Lawrence has the comment of the night here so far. I thought the Young Bucks ran AEW. Good comment there, Lawrence. That's going to win comment of the night so far.
No offense. I think that there's a lot of truth to that.
They're all revving their fucking bike engines up on the outside.
The Young Bucks are the definition of cringe.
Dude, the Young Bucks should go out to do a Road Wild type event, and they would kick the shit out of them there.
They would.
They wouldn't get over at all. This is a good match between these two right now.
It is.
Really good.
Yeah, let's celebrate the fact that we killed off 30% of our audience. Woo!
I love it.
Because like we ran CM Punk right out of the company. That's like, what the fuck sense does that make?
Because we're petty.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, dude, Jericho's tights, man, like the Lionheart gimmick. What was your favorite version of Jericho throughout the years?
Oh man, that's a hard one. But I'm gonna throw this right out there right now. For me, I love Jericho with the list. I thought it was hilarious.
Top notch, yes. The list, the list Jericho was my all-time favorite. Like my second was the Nick Bockwinkel Jericho, the one that whenever he was feuding with Shawn Michaels during the late 2000s, basically where he was wearing suits, saying big words. Basically,
Yeah, I remember that version now. That's a good one.
Yes. Yeah. He was basically like speaking in like big words and like speaking down to the fans, saying you guys are lower than me, like you're peons and this and that. I mean, just awesome work.
He does. He knows how to generate great heel heat for sure.
He does.
And he's evolved his career so many times through the years. So he's done a phenomenal job at doing it. There's been so many different versions of it. I like the Painmaker stuff that he was doing too. And when he first came in, I thought he was great when he first came in AEW. I like the Inner Circle. I thought it was a cool faction.
Oh yeah, I agree 1,000%.
Did you like the Inner Circle when they first came out with it?
I love the Inner Circle. I thought it was a great faction. I thought they were on fire, man. And which like the group was serving the purpose of getting the younger talent over. And then the wheels fell off the train. And it's kind of like, okay, like Santana and freaking Ortiz, they were on fire right at the beginning with them. Sammy Guevara was getting over. And then suddenly it's like, fuck it. They switched to like the Jericho Appreciation Society.
That was so stupid.
And it's kind of like, okay, well, all right, I don't care anymore.
Nice kick.
Oh, beautiful kick.
You guys you guys watching on the stream, if you want to chime in, what's your favorite version of Jericho? I'd like to hear from you guys.
And speaking of Jericho, I bought the AEW video game for $10.
How bad is it?
It's worth $10. It's not worth $60.
Yeah. Would you have paid $20 for it?
No.
Okay.
It's very bare bones.
Gotcha. I haven't played a video game in years.
You would not like it.
Okay. It's been years since I played a video game.
And literally, they charge for every little thing extra, like with the downloadable content. And it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm good.
Is there like a real online community that plays that?
This is really embarrassing, but the last time I was on, which was yesterday, there were only 4 people within my area that were online. 4.
And that's the online community for the whole game?
Within like my area. So like within like South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. 4 people. That's it.
Wow. That's pathetic.
With like my WWE game, there was right around 46,000. So and that's a lot.
Jeremy says I'm an idiot. I paid $60. The worst mistake I made in a long time. Yep.
Yeah. The game.
Loran said I laugh about the list ideas when I was 16 with fantasy book stuff for a local indie on their message board forum, like it was my idea. The select list where the heel faction would tell the crowd, "You are not on the list. You're not invited." Like nightclub.
Oh, that's awesome.
The funniest moment with Jericho in the list was I think they were setting up some type of Survivor Series match, and it was like Kevin Owens when him and Jericho were best buddies. It was like Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Chris Jericho, and I think there might have been one other. And then it was like against the SmackDown team, and it had AJ Styles on there. And then when he goes and he sees James Ellsworth, he stops. Yes, remember that? He just stops. And he goes,
"Who are you?"
He goes, "No." He goes, wait a minute. He goes, "What the hell is that?" And he looks up. And then he just goes on and rambles. and says the funniest shit. He even popped Roman Reigns in it. Like, you can see Roman Reigns, he pops him in it. And it makes him laugh so hard. That's Jericho when he's passionate, man. The guy is a genius when you let him go, and he's passionate about what he's doing.
I mean,
it was funny as hell.
Jericho, he's a damn genius, and someone else that's a genius when it comes to creative, but he's kind of lost a step within the ring. Matt Hardy, absolute freaking creative genius. Would I like to watch him wrestle in honestly, not really, but I would rather watch him talk than wrestle. He's a great entertainer. He's just not my cup of tea within the ring no more. Yeah,
he's getting older. It's a shame to see. It's a shame here with this crowd that is not really into this match.
Give a shit.
They don't, and this is a good match. These two are working their asses off right here.
They are.
Nice suplex off the top.
Oh, beautiful suplex, Mr. Dust Wonderkin. He stole your tights, John.
Yeah, he did. That's my color right there.
And those are your jogging tights.
Yeah, I go out there. I sunbathe in them typically. I go run the streets in them when I can run. I'm getting back into shape now after the surgery and the recovery. I'm hoping I can run a few laps when the weather warms up. I got a nice neon green one too. I'm going to debut here soon.
Very nice.
It's not the full, underwear style like that though. It's a thong one. So
very nice.
What about around the neighborhood?
What about the bright orange ones?
Those are my biker short look for those ones. So the chicks dig it. I'm surprised Chris.
Thong. Yes.
Yeah, my biker thong. Surprised Chris doesn't become a manager and mentor some talent as a manager. I think he will eventually, Lawrence. I'm pretty sure he will. What did you think of the Eric Young staple injury? I thought it was awful to see that he got hurt so bad. And
hard, man.
Yeah, didn't he lose his ear?
I do not know though.
Yeah, he severed or lost part of his ear or something. Terrible to see.
Dude, that breaks my heart because honestly, I
like Eric Young. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's very knowledgeable. I think the WWE would be smart to bring him in.
He's never going back. He already said it. They brought him back. They brought him back in last year, and he sat around for a year.
Yeah, but I think he would be a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, it just didn't, for whatever reason, something happened. He never talked about it, but something happened back there. Look at the guy with the horns on his bike here and those giant glasses. What a goof.
Dude, he's got a Charles Manson shirt.
Yeah, he looks like he's Charles Manson's long-lost cousin. Keep that guy away.
Once you sit on the horn, John. Oh, we got 6 books with Rick Flair.
We got time for one more before you got to go to work. So let's do 6 in the Nature Boy here. We'll add an extra one in tonight.
6, baby. Bonus, baby.
We were
the mayor of Sturgis, South Dakota, Cliff Lynn.
Hey, Cliff.
Do you think Cliff is still alive?
No, there ain't no fucking chance Cliff is still alive, unfortunately. There ain't no chance.
John, how crazy is that? This was almost 30 years ago.
It's wild to think, man. It's making me feel real old now.
Yeah. And
it's making me feel real old. Unfortunately, I don't think Cliff is still with us. I hope he is and is in good health somewhere. But Cliff looks like he was about 80 right there.
Cliff would probably be over 100 now.
I can't imagine that it was a very difficult job to manage Sturgis all year long because literally the town is basically shut down minus a few months in the summer.
So he gets paid for that. I mean, I
think there's only 6,000 people in the entire town.
That's it?
Bro, look at that chick. Wow, she is just something. She's trying to flash him coming out.
Woo! And
how much tail you think Six was getting in Sturgis?
A lot.
How much drugs do you think he was doing with the bikers at this time?
A lot. He was snorting coke off the ass of Big Booty Judy. Just saying.
Dude, there's the one biker in the front row, monkey fucking cigarettes, one after the other. They just on chain smoke fucking things. What a fucking crowd, man. What a fucking crowd they got in this one. This is tremendous. This is one of my favorite ones that we've watched in a while, just for the crowd.
With the Uggo-meter. How are they measuring, John?
They're some of the hot babes. There's some hot fucking chicks in the audience. Okay. So there's literally some that are good. So they're taking away from the bad. But if I was leaving away some of the hot babes, a few of the hot babes that we've seen, this fucking Sturgis crowd would be right up there in the Uggo meter. So,
Oh,
will it be official that Tony Khan gets kicked out of his own company, then the Young Bucks tape over? Who knows if Tony, if they were going to be his friend for it, Lawrence, and he'd make a new friend, he'd probably give it away to them or something. Jeremy says, Jesus Chris, I live in a town of 4,800 people. Yeah, I think Sturgis is small. There you go.
Small.
My town is 11,000 people, though, so I can't say too much either.
My town won't stop growing.
Yeah, you got how many people are in Myrtle Beach now?
Last year it was like 68,000. Right now, from like my right around 80,000 right now.
Fair enough.
I mean, and and 5 years ago there was only like 35,000 people there.
Wow, that's a big jump. I think our town might have even been lower now. Maybe it's like in the 10 range, but I like living in a small town. That's just me, though.
And whenever like we move to Pittsburgh, it's going to be bumped up substantially. But still, though, like I can't. But I'd rather live in that type of area, like with a big population, than down here. So,
yeah, I don't blame you. But it's a beautiful area up there, though.
It is. It is.
Look at the clown tent they got there. I wonder what that's for. That's got to be where the EMTs are at for all the people that are getting dehydrated from drinking too much.
No, man, like that's the Poon tent.
What do they do? I wonder what they do in this town during the whole week. We're seeing a wrestling event here. I mean, there's got to be some type of festivities that they have all throughout the week.
I don't know.
Or is it just them going there and getting drunk and looking at each other's motorcycles?
We do have bike weeks here in Myrtle Beach. So, from my experience of living down here, essentially it's just hanging out, getting drunk, and looking at the other people's bikes. Yeah,
and cars.
Fair enough. If that's what people want to do, if that's what they want to do, great.
And blocking up traffic.
I'm not telling anybody at all what to do. I just don't know if they have events and why people want to go down there just to look at bikes and get drunk. Jeremy says the nearest Walmart is 25 minutes away in a different town.
I'm good. My Walmart is a 3-minute drive from my house.
Yeah. You can walk there in about 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah. Would be cool to see some pro wrestling back in Sturgis like Road Wild again. Sturgis with the Road Wild events had a special feel like Memphis. Oh, yeah. It was definitely cool. Jeremy says...
Memphis! Sorry.
Jeremy says I had a bad experience at a Myrtle Beach bike week. I can imagine.
Not the only one.
I've been to one bike week there before during it's like spring break time, right?
Yeah. Did you go during like the Black Bike Week or was it the Harley Bike Week?
It was a regular bike week when we were down there. I think it was in like March when I was there, March or April. I can't remember the exact month.
That's the Harley Bike Week.
Okay, yeah, that was in March or April, and I saw it was interesting. Lawrence says I live in Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland, Australia, but I wouldn't mind moving to a small town. Sick of the city life. How many people are in Brisbane, Lawrence? I've heard it's a beautiful area out there. I've never been to Australia. It's always a place I've wanted to go.
Australia might.
6 is that's why I said look at how dangerous that is with that elevation that they put for the ring.
I'm shocked they haven't had bikers try to jump the guardrails yet.
I think they're too drunk and high to be able to get up and move right now. So I think they're just enjoying the scenery because they don't have to get up and do anything.
Yeah. We got Sean Waltman, 6, a very underrated worker.
Great worker.
Excellent worker. And we got Nature Boy Ric Flair, who many people see as the greatest of all time. So it's 2 amazing workers. I think so far the match is decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good kickoff to it. It's so weird to see Flair now and how old and haggard looking he is and just worn down by life. And then you see him here because he was in his 40s here and he looks phenomenal.
I know. Oh yeah. And the thing is that like a Flair, which unfortunately like the disease of alcoholism it has completely destroyed his body. And
Lawrence says, a lot of good people couldn't tell you, not good at math regarding how many people. Fair enough, my friend. Yeah, it's sad to see him now, Chris, and just how much it's gone downhill for him in so many ways. But it's a powerful thing to show you what drinking and being a fool like that does to
your
you.
money. Oh,
yep.
yeah. Because no offense, John, me and you, if we were to even have a quarter of the money that Flair had, me and you would be set for life. We would be set for life. Our houses would be paid off. We would have multiple cars paid off, which are the education for our children would be paid for, everything. And unfortunately,
he drank it away.
Yeah, he drank it away. But heck, dude, me and you would be retired if
I'd be living somewhere never to be heard from again.
Oh god, yeah, man. Because like for me, which if I didn't have to work, literally, I would be going to concerts, wrestling shows, doing podcasting full time, camping, dude. I would just be experiencing life. Period.
Jeremy says we didn't know it was Black Bike Week, and the cops were called out at 4 a.m. and the hotel besides already had a shooting. Next time, plan accordingly and pass on that week. Luckily, we arrived on the last day. Yeah, sounds about right. I got taken to a tattoo and bike show once. It was quite interesting, I bet. Did you get a tattoo there, Lawrence? I fucking hate the Bronco Buster. It is the stupidest move ever.
Hey.
I can hump your face. It's so stupid.
Hey, guys. Hey, Rick, are you okay like with me teabagging you?
It's disgusting.
I agree.
You know? It's like the stink face. Unless Rhea Ripley's doing it to me, I'm not for it. Okay?
That was a very popular video that I posted.
It was. It got a tremendous amount of hits on it, I think. If I remember correctly. Yeah. I wonder why.
That and the woman that was cosplaying as Rikishi, that video got...
That one is disgusting, but funny. You got a few thousand on that reel.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got 6. He's got the downward headlock on Flair. You Chris, look at Sean Waltman now.
Chris, hold on a second. I got to point this out. Look straight behind Flair's arm. Is that a kid there? Look on the hard cam when he comes back. You can see him. It looks like a child is in the Sturgis bike rally here. Look at him with the glasses. Can you see him right near Six's head? Is that a kid?
It looks like it.
He looks like he's fucking 12.
Wow.
That kid lost his virginity that week, guaranteed. Jeez. I can't believe they let children into that place.
Good God. Come on.
That kid was in like a teenage boy's dream right there with all the chicks walking around in bikinis and shit.
Okay, hold on. Will Ospreay just won a number 1 contenders match and will face Roderick Strong for the Continental title.
Okay.
The international title. Okay.
All right. Interesting.
Which means he's going to win the title.
Went to the military museum once. They had a cool Harley Davidson on display. Was told it was for sale. Was billions. I would love to have bought it. Just didn't have the money. Yeah.
Oh,
I love Harleys are awesome. Museums. Yeah. I've never owned a Harley, but I've definitely a big fan of them. I've never owned a Harley. I've had several different types, but never a Harley.
Well, speaking of belts, the WWE just debuted one of my all-time favorite belts, and I didn't think they could do better. Their SmackDown tag team titles are gorgeous. And I think that those are the best looking belts that they have right now.
They are phenomenal looking. They did a great job with it.
Because it's definitely like a throwback to the older ones, and I freaking love it. Why don't they just bring back the older ones?
You gotta find different ways to keep things fresh.
I know that, but
at least we don't have the copper penny looking belts anymore.
Oh my God, those are terrible.
Oh, they were hideously ugly. I'm glad they retired them, never to be back again.
And what do you think about Becky Lynch being the new Raw?
What other option did they have? Liv Morgan? No thanks. It sucks that Rhea got hurt. but
Yeah.
we'll see what they do. You know what I would have done? I would have waited till they shuffle the rosters a little bit with the draft. That's what I would have done, but what do I know?
Make
I
it
would have
more
waited.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Ducati jumps, that would be fun to watch with people racing those friggin' crotch rockets around.
Ducati babies.
Waltman's really holding his own with Flair here. He's kind of been like the ring general of this match, surprisingly, Chris.
He has. And
even Bobby's praising him.
And once again, that speaks to the abilities of Sean Waltman, and which it's like you said, I think, which it was last week or the week prior. Your favorite version of Sean Waltman was 6.
Yeah,
and 100%. This is a great example of why, because he's holding his own with one of the all-time greats.
Yep, he sure is.
And the thing about it is he's making it look believable. And that's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is making it look believable. And it's kind of like I was listening to it was Busted Open Radio, and they're talking about with Cody right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a legitimate challenger besides Randy Orton right now?
Nobody. Yeah. Nobody.
And they're like, well, they can bring back Brock. Well, Brock already lost to Cody. So they're in the same boat that they were with Roman. So it's just kind of it's going to be fascinating to see.
Yep, 100%.
Do you think that they should get rid of the Raw World title and just have one world title and they go between shows?
I do, but that's just me.
Because I think that would solve the issue with a lack of challengers.
Yep. I really would like to see the world champion for the men and the women be on both brands. That's just me, though. I think it would keep it a lot fresher.
I agree. So, but it is what it is, unfortunately. And how long do you think it's going to be before they start breaking their own rules with the draft?
They already made one up that I think the champions can't be moved this time.
What?
Yeah, I believe they said the champions can't be moved. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty positive. So I think they'll alter it in some way like they always do.
So the American Nightmare staying on SmackDown then?
It looks to be that way. From what I read today, I think so, yeah.
All right, we have
doing the cheat, getting a win.
Good match.
Yeah, very good match.
Wow, that cheetah. Oh, that ref. Good God. He's a.
God, is that Mickey? That's not Mickey J, is it?
I think. There's a child. Did you?
There's more kids in the crowd. That kid is 6. Jesus. Oh boy. Jeremy says, "Oh God, Jericho's new music and the learning tree nickname. Fuck off, Jericho. It's terrible. Stop." What they need to do is bring back Hulk Hogan like the past to solve the problem. Yes, he's gonna make it. He's gonna fix it, brother.
Brother, I can do this.
Well, let's call it there. We have watched half the show now. We're officially halfway through it. I'll give my thoughts closing wise for the first night. I give it a thumbs up. I thought it was a really good card, to be honest with you, so far. It was a lot of fun. And I mean, I'm not saying it was all-time great or anything like that, but I thought it was fun so far, and I'm giving it a thumbs up. I think it's been interesting. I think there's been some really good matches. The best matches to me, I like the Jericho and Alex Wright match, and I thought the opener was really solid too. Only real stinker to me that I've really seen so far was the Konnan and Ray match. It wasn't awful, but it just didn't do it for me. So that's my thoughts. What do you think?
I thumbs up all the way. I think the Flair Sean Waltman match was really good. I thought the opener was solid. The only thing that drives me nuts is the match stipulations in this show so far are very misleading and very confusing. And it's kind of like with that tag team match with Jarrett being pinned by his own partner and then the whole death match thing. Besides that, I think the show is solid. I think that so far it's exceeded my expectations, and I think the second half it's going to get even better. So so far, thumbs up, and like a shout out to the mothers who couldn't find a babysitter in time, and they
Brought
had to
their
raise
kids
with
out.
them.
Yeah. Gave them the experience of a lifetime. Wait,
They
it gets
did.
worse. Jericho now has Big Bill with him. Oh, for Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Oh, Jesus. Big
So,
Bill. Big
okay.
Bill is there. Oh, Lord.
Okay, so essentially he's copying Shawn Michaels' Diesel.
But he's got Big Bill.
Wow, man, legendary Big Bill. And like with all due respect, guys, Big Bill ain't shit without Enzo.
Oh, Lord.
So,
well, I think that's a perfect segue along with Big Bill being his
Big
thing
Bill.
to end this tonight. Closing thoughts, Chris, and then we're going to sign off for the night.
All right, guys.
thank you so much. We are on the road to 18,000 followers. We are kicking ass, taking names. And like I said, Friday we are debuting a brand new show, the Passion for Pro Wrestling podcast. Friday night, 10 p.m. right after SmackDown. We're going to talk about the draft. We're going to speak about 3 topics within like the world of wrestling and just talk about our love for wrestling. Join me, Brother Martin. That's what I am. That's who I am. And just continue to tune in, because guys, we are adding content, and like we're so grateful for every single person that likes, shares, subscribes, and this is just the beginning, and it's all thanks to you.
Absolutely.
So guys, thank you so much.
Loran says, great show tonight. Thank you, Loran. Jeremy says the same. Great time tonight, guys. Have a good night. Yes, sir. Everybody, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. Join Chris on Friday night. It'll be a fun show, and I'll be listening as I'm painting the living room that night for sure. So I'll be checking it out.
What are you painting it? What color?
I'm painting it fuchsia.
Ooh, beautiful.
No, I'm not actually, but it's a nice gray color. So I'm doing lilac, yes. So I'll be listening for sure on Friday, and then come back on Saturday and Sunday. Check out the Facebook page, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff for here. And Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 10 p.m. we got the radio show as well. So we'll post links for that over the weekend. So lots of great stuff coming up in the next coming days on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here for the Retro Wrestling Revival. So for Chris, I'm John. We are out of here. See you again real soon right here on the Retro Wrestling Revival.